Hello and welcome. My name is Python V, and in today's video we'll be looking at how to register a user or maybe a newsletter and be able to send emails to people. Now there are various ways to send emails. You can use you can create your own email service and you can send emails to people. But today, for beginners and for anybody who is going to be needing this kind of concept, we're going to be using a service called Image.js. So right now I'm not going to be using any kind of framework or Node.js. We're just going to be going the normal way. So maybe if you want to use it with your React application or your Node.js application or your Vue application, you can decide to go React or Vue or whatever. But today we just want to do it the normal way using vanilla JavaScript and how to send emails. You could even look through some emails and send custom emails. So first thing first, we're going to need an email, JS account. We call it Image.js for email JavaScript. So I'm going to sign in like this so that whenever I put a full name, an email, and a password, and the person signs up, we want to send a kind of custom emails, and we want to tell the person, wow, you sign up, blah 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 blah, and whatever. So what I'm going to do now is create an account here. As you can see, I have created an account here. So what I'm going to do now is to make sure that I connect my service to the account. So as you can see, I have different services that have been connected. In short, for this particular thing, I'm going to delete all of these. So I seriously do not know where I use them, but I'm just going to delete all of them so I can start afresh. So one thing with the free account is that you are given 200 emails to send every month. Then you can go for the pricing. You can increase the pricing and subscribe for a service and get more. So now there is email service and there is email templates. I will explain the both of them in a bit of a second. So for the email service, you want to add a service, and there are various ways to add service. You can add Gmail, you can add AOL, you can add normal personal service email. Maybe you want to send emails from your email account, because the main purpose is you need an email account, an electronic mail, to send emails to other people's email. So you can use your email account so that when the person is going to get it, the person is going to get it like from your email. So when they see from, they'll be seeing your own email, if you understand what I'm trying to say. Then you can use transactional services, maybe third-party APIs. You can use Mailgun, Mailjet, SendGrid, and the rest. Or you can even use, if you have a domain and you have a webmail, you can use the SMT server. But for this course, I'm going to be using my Gmail. So I'm going to open a notepad because I want to store in some data that are very important. So the first one I'm going to store is my service ID. So I'm going to keep, because I'm going to need all those things, I'm going to keep it here. Admin service, Gmail. I think I'm going to need the service ID. So I'm going to connect account. Now it's going to open my Google Mail account for me so I can connect those accounts to Image.js so that Image.js can know where to send the emails from. So from here, I will just select this particular one so I can give Image.js an access to do this. So I'll select this. So one that has been authenticated and confirmed is going to bring me back to the Image.js web page. So I'll just click continue. So it says allow sending email on your behalf. Looks like I didn't. Let me just disconnect it and try it again. Connect. I forgot to add a particular stuff there, which I didn't read the instructions. So I'll wait for this one to come up. So select this and so let me just wait. The network can be very bad sometimes. So Images already has some services. So send emails on your behalf. I will click continue. I think that is all. So it has connected this. Then I'll click. I'll make sure I copy this because I need to copy this. Then I'll click create service. So once that is done, I'll make sure I have it saved here. I think it has changed, so I'll change it back here. So now that's for your services. Then what I need now is my email template. I need to create a template. So I'll remove all these ones for now. I'll just put message. Now for me to create an email template, I need to create a new one. I'm going to come to settings. I give this one a name and I'll just say send welcome message. Now I need my template ID, which I'm going to paste here. And I'll make sure I save it. So once that is saved, I'll make sure I come to my account and I'll copy my public key. I'm going to be changing this one later, so there is no need for you copying it and saving it. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to paste it. So these are the three things that I need. So once I'm done with this, I come to the documentation. I will start implementing it. So we want to make sure when the user types in the full name, the email, and the password, and you click sign up, we should be able to send an email that, okay, you're welcome to so. So come back here. I'm going to, how does Image.js work? I'm going to come to the installation. So here, these are the SDK. I'm going to come to the installation. Now, if you're using Node.js, maybe Vue, React, or the rest, you can use this. But if you're going to be using CDN, that is JavaScript, we're going to use this one. So we'll take this one and come back to our code. So this is my code, just my simple index.html. I'll make sure that I have it on top of the code, like somewhere here. So this is it here. I'm going to paste it here and save. So I am getting all the boxes, the inputs from the front end. So the email, the password, and the full name. I'm using query selector to get everything. So the button here, which is so I need to get the button, which I've not done. So I gave it next. So I'll just turn it to sign up. So I'm going to say let's sign sign up equals to document query selector. So since it's an ID hash, sign up. So I'll make sure this one is now. So that button, when you click on it, I'm going to add an event list now. Sign up.add event list now. Click. Now once you click on the button, what do I want to do? Now you need to send a request to Image.js. So this callback function is supposed to be async. It needs to, it has to be async. So because of that, I'm going to add a try and I'm going to add the catch because I don't want to use .then, .this, but I'm going to use try and catch. So for any error, I'm going to console.log the error. So one thing we try and catch is that once you try something and it doesn't go, maybe there's an error, it's going to throw the error here and you can be able to console log the error, or you can throw your own custom errors and it's also going to catch the error and it's going to show it to you. So I have other videos on try and catch if you need it. So now what we're going to do now is, how do we send these emails? So once the person clicks on this button, surely there will be an email in the what are they calling it, in the document, in the input. We want to send this email to the user. So to do that, we're going to come back to Image.js. You can see we have email.js.send. Now when you want to use this stuff, it's going to ask you for the service ID, the template ID, the template params, and your public key. So I'm going to copy all of these and I'm going to come here, down here, and I'm going to say await this. So you need to await because this code is a promise. This Image.js.send is a promise. If you can notice, we got it from here. It's here, so it's coming from here. So this Image.js.send is coming from this link here. So if you ask me where is this image, so the variable is coming from this link here, and this is a promise. So we have to await it. If not, it is just going to return pending. So I'm going to await this service, and we need to pass in these keys. So before I do that, I've created a creed here, a credentials, which I say email, password, full name, comma. Let me just put in, and I'm going to put in. I think that's all. That's all I need. Email, password, and full name. So I'm going to come here and say email dot. Anyway, you can do it. Email. Credential dot email. We're going to say is equals to, now the email we're getting from this thing, which is email dot value. We need the value. You could actually attach it here, .value, but I just want to do it in another way. I'm going to say create dot password is equals to password dot value, like this. Then for the last one, which is the full name, creed, it's an object, so they are all inside the object creed, short for credentials. So you can use anything if you want. The full name is equals to this full name we're getting from here, full name dot value, if you understand what I'm doing. So I'm getting all these ones from the front end, and I'm making the email, how will I put it? I'm trying to change the values of those keys inside the credential. So I'm altering the value by saying the credential.email becomes the email.value, the credential.password is the email.password. Anyhow you can do it. You can decide to even do this inside here. So you understand what I'm saying if you understand JavaScript very well. Now what I need to do now is I want to put in the service ID. So I'm going to come and get my service ID, which is the first one here. I'm going to put it inside here. So it's supposed to be a string, which I'll put here. I need the template ID too. So the template ID is this one, which I'm going to explain everything in a short seconds. I'm going to put it here. Then we want the template params. But before we do that, I'm going to put the public key. The public key here. Now the template params is those informations you want to pass to the images. You want to send it along to images so that images can use it. So what I want to pass is this object creed. So this is the service, the template, the data you want to pass. So I want to carry this email, I want to carry this password, I want to carry this full name along, because they need to know which email you want to send to. So once I've done that, I'll just put it here. Then I just alert email sent. Now I'm going to save this. I will just what I'm going to do is then I'm going to come here and I'm going to write some things here. Victor. Okay, let me come to the images here. I'm going to come to the template. Now let's talk about the template very well. Now we have two email. Now you are sending this stuff. You need to specify the email that you want to use, you want to send it to, because you're sending this stuff and you want to send it to an email. So you can see this well, I call it template literals here, that has this double bracket. Now this double bracket stands for the variable you are sending to you are sending from JavaScript. Now we don't have any variable called message. We have variables which are creed.email, we have full name, and we have password. So we have that three. So let's check. We have email, password, and full name, because we sent the whole lot of it alongside with the creed. So that thing is coming from here: email, password, and full name. So as many of them as you send, you can use them inside here with the name you used to send them. So we don't have anything called from name, so I'm going to remove this one. We don't have anything called to name, I'm going to remove this one. So you can see hello full name. Now when you pass it along, surely you'd have typed in a full name here. The full name is going to replace the full name here. So now to email, I don't want to hard code the email. I'll just come here and use also this template literal and say email. So the email that is sent over is the email that it's going to send to. You understand? So I'm going to remove this reply to, and I'm going to save it. So let's try this. In short, I'm going to open my email here so that we can see if it went. So I'm going to say Victor. I'm going to put an email here, v18@gmail.com. I'm going to put a password 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So I will click sign up and wait for it to send. Now it says email sent. I'm going to come to my inbox, click on inbox. As you can see, when I open this me here, because I'm sending it to myself, that's what I'm seeing me. You can see hello Victor. You see the email that is coming, you see the full name, and you see the password. So if you want to send it to somebody else, more people, that means you have to change this one here, and that's how it works with email.js. So you can use it to send. Maybe you want to look through some emails. You can do that with the put the email here. So I can come here and I can custom. I can say hello, full name, and once I click save, the full name will appear in the as a subject of the email. So I like to save. Then before I run it again, so I put Emmett David. I click sign up and wait a little, and boom, we have it. So if I come back to my Gmail and I click on the inbox and I wait a little, you can see hello Emmett David. You can see the me. So because I'm sending it to myself, that's why I'm seeing that ME. So as you can see, so that's how they use email.js. So one bonus tip I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that this sign up is kind of loading. Whenever you click on it, the sign up is loading, and when it has done, the loading gets away. So I have a GIF here, spinning GIF here, which this one here. So I'm going to embed it in my button somewhere here. So I'm going to remove this one. I'm going to embed an img here, which is going to have an src dot slash spin.gif. I'm going to put the width to 25. I'm going to give it an ID of spinner. So make sure I can just style it up here so that the spinner can be dot spinner. So sorry, I can make it display none. So I'll make it display none so that at the beginning of the code you won't see it. So here I'm going to have a span, and I'm going to put sign up. Now if you're using other frameworks, it comes out of the box. If you're using Votify, you're using Bootstrap and the rest. So I'm going to give this one let me just say sign sign up text. So I'm going to copy this one because I need the both of them, both the spinner and the text. So I will just let spinner is equals to document dot query selector. So the spinner is a class, so I'm going to say dot spinner. Is it a class? Let me see. Okay, the spinner is an ID. Sorry. So I'm supposed to use an ID here, which is hash. Yeah, so the spinner is an ID. So I will say hash spinner. Then I will say let the sign up text equals to document dot query selector, and I would say dot sign up text. So I think that one is a class. So as you can see, it's a class here. So anyone is going to work. So I would have used class or true, but all the same. So now what I want to do is immediately as you click the button, for it to try, I'm going to say the sign up text dot display, dot style dot display is equals to none. So I want to remove the sign up text and I want to show the spinner. So I'll say spinner dot this style dot display should be equals to block. So once it is done here, once you've gotten to the end here, after you've finished, you've sent the email, I want to bring it back. So text, I'll make it block, and I'll make this one none. I'm going to do the same thing here. So if there's an error, so that it's not, it can show. So immediately after you click on the button, I want the spinner to start showing and the text should be none. Once it's done, I want the text to come back to block, the spinner should be none. So once I save this and I come back here to the page and I give it a name, it's Dio, I give it an email, v18 at gmail.com, give it a password 1234567, whatever sign up. As you can see, the spinner is loading. And once the email is sent and I click OK, the sign up come back. So if I come back here and I click on the inbox, I see the new message. And that's how to use email.js to send mails to. You can also connect it to your SMT. You get if you reload the page, you get 200 free emails to send every month. So after you should have used 3, so after the next month, if you consume this one, the next month you've gotten another 3, and that's all for sending emails via email.js. So the same method, the same way works with and Node.js applications and the rest. So you just have to import it and use it. So don't forget to use your async await, because it's always a pending and it's asynchronous in nature. You need it to, so use your await to get it, and that's just for that. You can drop a link if you need the source code on whatever. So thank you. I see you, man. Bye, Zombie.